What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance video, and in this one we're going to be talking about Mohamed. Now, Mohamed is someone that we haven't necessarily met just yet, but he's someone that we definitely did meet in the preview for next week. And there's something that he says that is, in my opinion, very, very alarming, and I'm very, very concerned. But hey, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. And also at the same time, listen, my apologies. In the last video that I made, I spoke about how I finally made a buy me a coffee account, but then Dipsy over here didn't put in the description. I mean, it's in the description now, but it wasn't anyone I uploaded. So a lot of people ask me, or a few people asking me, hey man, where is it? We didn't see it. So I had to CashApp you and I had to PayPal you instead. My apologies. Thank you for the CashApps. Thank you for the PayPals. You know what I mean? But the link for buy me a coffee is now officially in the description. Okay. So if you want to support the boy, support me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into the clip that I'm talking about in particular, so I can break it down on how I find it very, very alarming. And yeah.
Thanks today, Fiance.
Oh my gosh.
She's older, she's mature.
So beautiful.
My perfect woman will love me as my mother.
So she's mature, which is good. She's older, which is cool. And I want to love her, or I wanted to love me as my mother. What? Let me tell you something, buddy. Eve is already a mother to a child. And this is where I'm going to break down why what he said to me is very concerning, and what I expect to see throughout the season from Eve as a mother. Because for the people who don't know, or maybe you've forgotten, Eve is someone who's a mother to a child that is on the spectrum. Now, because he's on a spectrum, it is very highly likely that she has a routine in place with her son. Because a routine is always a very key thing for some people or some children on the spectrum, depending on how old they are and how obviously they were raised, okay? Now, the matter of fact is, if that routine is broken, or maybe it's a bit, some people on the spectrum, it makes them feel a bit unbalanced and different things can happen due to it. Anyone that has an SEN child, or anyone that knows or anyone has ever worked with anyone on the spectrum, you would know exactly what I'm referencing to. If you don't know, it's okay. I'm about to let you know right now. Now, here's the thing. This is what I'm expecting to see from Eve this season when it comes to Mohamed. Mohamed, the man that is out here seeking a freaking mother. He wasn't seeking a freaking wife. He's seeking a mother, which means that he may have a cultural background where he has been catered to by women in his life, more predominantly his mother. And that means if he's been catered to, he's someone that is expecting to have to never cook. I mean, at the very beginning, he's expecting to not work as well, because of course he won't be able to anyway. So therefore he's looking to be financially supported, which I guess it comes with the territory. So I guess I can't really add that to the list. So I'll take that away. So either way, he's someone that's not going to want to cook. He's not going to want to clean up. And he's not going to want to do anything in general, to be honest with you, that he believes potentially that a woman should be doing, or shall I say a mother. Because remember, she's older and she's mature. And listen, when he said mature, I don't think he was saying it more on the positive. I think he was like, yeah, listen, she's mature as in she can do things for me while I sit back and do nothing. Now, here's the thing. Some people don't mind that lifestyle. They don't mind catering to their man. And you know what? If that's you, fantastic. Give me a call. Now, I'm joking. Relax. Leave me alone. But this is the thing, though. What I want to see from Eve throughout this season, I want to see a lot of scenes where she's spending time with her son and Mohamed, because it is very important. Unlike freaking Memphis from last season, who had nothing planned whatsoever apart from purposely getting pregnant and XYZ. The matter of the fact is, before Eve brings a man into her life, she needs to know how this man is going to behave around her son and how he's going to treat her son. Because one thing that I don't like myself in particular is people that treat people that are on the spectrum as if they're not normal, as if they're different. When in reality, anyone that's on the spectrum or has something going on in some kind of way knows that at the end of the day, one of the worst things that they could ever feel is feel like as if they've been treated as if they're different, when in reality, they're just trying to live a life same as anybody else. But of course, it really depends on where they are on the spectrum, because some are more I don't want to use the word severe, but some are more severe than others. Okay, so it's going to be very important for her to see how Mohamed treats her son, behaves with her son, and most importantly, she also needs to gauge, and this is the main one, can Mohamed make her son more of a priority than himself? Because clearly he's made it abundantly clear that he's going to have needs of his own, high demand needs of his own. And like I said, a lot of women out there will be happy to give that. But if he can identify that his needs are taking over her responsibility of being a mother, well then, if she doesn't recognize that, and that's why he becomes, she needs to get rid of him. Because at the end of the day, I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. If Eve shows me that she's putting her son to the side more than putting her son in the mix, then I'm not going to be happy, because this ain't one of those situations where her son can go and live with her parents or a friend or whatever, because the matter of fact is her son needs to also get used to Mohamed. Her son needs to get used to Mohamed's energy to see, is Mohamed the kind of person that he can even be around. Now, of course, it also does depend where he's at on the spectrum and obviously how he responds to new people, of course. But either way, though, regardless of how he responds, how her son responds, Eve still needs to make sure that no matter what, son is priority over Mohamed, and Mohamed needs to understand this, or at least Mohamed and her son can be both equal priorities, but never, ever, ever can Mohamed be more of a priority than her son at this moment in time. Obviously, once it gets a little bit older, gets a bit more independent, it's a bit different. Now, I'm not saying her son isn't independent right now, but from what we saw, he doesn't seem as if, from my own experience, he doesn't seem as if he's completely independent yet, or he's even near enough independent enough to be doing certain things. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm just talking from a perspective of someone that has worked with people, with children on the spectrum for so many years, as well as working with adults also on the spectrum for so many years, to say that there are certain measures that are in place to make sure that people that are on the spectrum, have certain things in place to make sure that they don't have any kind of breakdown or XYZ. But nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know what you are thinking. Do you think that I'm reaching? I don't think I'm reaching. Do you know why? Because I just have too much experience within that area. And to be honest with you, if I see a red flag that I feel like might be triggering, I'm going to call it out. And as far as I'm concerned, Mohamed, he seems like as if he's not priority number one, there's going to be a problem. And to be honest with you, Eve needs to be ready to leave. And also, may I also add this, to be fair? And I said this yesterday. Each time Eve spoke about Mohamed, she spoke more about himself as an image, as a symbol, as a sex symbol. She never really spoke about him in terms of his personality, in terms of what he brings to her life, personality-wise. She just kept talking about how he's amazing, he's got a body like this, I can't believe this is real, blah-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a bad thing. Of course, you have to be attracted to the person you're talking to, but at the same time, though, for Eve, more than ever, it's not about the attraction that matters. What matters more than the attraction, well, is knowing that this man, one, does love you for you. Two, he's going to treat you and your son beautifully, and he's never ever going to nag you and say, hey, you're not giving me attention, but you're giving him more attention than me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, she needs to know and understand that if she can't find the balance with him, he needs to go, and she needs to forget about how sexy he is, because that's not even relevant. To be fair with you, how sexy people are in relationships in general is obviously something that is a relevance, but it's never the key to a relationship. The key to a relationship, and in terms of compatibility, is making sure that you're both compatible, both mentally as well as physically. But the mental part needs to be more compatible than the physical part, because when the mental part is compatible, the physical part is so much better. When you're getting that sexy time and you got that connection with your partner. God damn. Ah, man. When was the last time I even made love, man? Damn. Oh yeah, sorry, too much information. Okay, let me okay. Went from serious to just, just naughty, man. Okay, nonetheless, thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, and I look forward to hearing what you guys are going to say. Peace.